Good morning, East Mount Zion. My name is Reverend C.D. Holly. Most of you probably don't know who I am, but I reckon some of your peoples who are gone home to be with the Lord remember me. Well, if I remember it, it was 43 years after the Emancipation and the 13th Amendment. You know, the amendment they say that was supposed to end bondage for the Negro. I reckon them Congress folks were still working on that. I believe it was 8 years after those two brothers, James Weldon and John Rosamond. Be patient with me. The memory's a little slow. That it, James and John Johnson wrote, "Lift Every Voice and Sing." Then a year later, the National Negro Committee was founded, renamed National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. I believe it was over 120 years after those AME boys, Richard Allen and Absalom Jones, founded the American Episcopal Zion Church and the first African-American Baptist church in Savannah, Georgia. Never would I thought 20 folk with the 16 of 20 belonging to the Foster Dupree and Wiggins and Robertson families would band together holding Sunday morning prayer services. In the beginning, we rotate homes for Sunday service, but then a young man by the name of Alexander Robertson had imagination. Robertson, from Seneca, South Carolina, had been in the prayer services of John C. Calhoun, the pro-slavery leader, for years. Calhoun's grandson, Patrick, brought Robertson and his family to Cleveland to continue prayer service. Alexander and Patrick made plans for a Baptist mission. The mission was formed at the Wigwam. Today, you'll call it a TP. The Wigwam, known as the East End Republican Club, was located at the corner of Cedar Avenue and East 100th Street. At the time, I was an associate minister of Shiloh Baptist Church, but I became interested in the Baptist mission and helped organize it in 1908. Reverend Dr. Boston Prince, pastor of Shiloh Baptist Church, served as the moderator. Then in 1909, we started thinking maybe we should build a church. And so, the Lord would have it, Reverend H.G. Wiggins has some property on Frank Avenue and Colonial Court, and his friend Duff Hoyson, who was employed as a janitor at the altar house. Do y'all remember the altar house? Duff got us a large tent for prayer services, and we stayed there until the building was finished in 1910. Between 1914 and 1916, Reverend Washington Page started Sunday school. Can you believe a little old imagination will give us Sunday school for over 100 years? It's been some great folk with imagination. From 1916 to 1925, Reverend Benjamin K. Smith moved us to East 104th Street and Cedar Avenue, calls the people to keep coming. And then they tell me y'all move again to 100th Street with Reverend Downs leading the way. And what's that fella's name with the big voice that can preach and teach, but Lord Jesus, could he sing? Bowie. Pastor A. Charles Bowie. And I hear the imagination ain't stopped. What's that new pastor's name? He started about a year ago next week. Dollar, no, coin. That ain't it. What is it? Cash. I knew it was something with money. That's it, Reverend Brian Cash. I hear ain't no limit to his imagination. God bless you, East Mount Zion, and I thank you for letting old Reverend Holly share a little with you this morning.